Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're back with a brand new show. One that I've been very excited for a while. It is Prime Video's Generation V or Gen V, and it is a spin-off of The Boys, which I have reacted to on this channel as well. If you'd like to check that out, please do. I will put the link somewhere either below or up there. But yes, I've been looking forward to this because I love The Boys. The Boys was a crazy surprise I didn't even know I needed in my life, but I've enjoyed it so far. And seeing that they're now moving this premise to a younger setting, a college setting, we're going to have some people who kind of have similar moral dilemmas, I guess, that we're going to see, that we've seen in The Boys already. But when you're younger, have less experience, have more hunger for fame and all the other things that, you know, we saw people being tempted with in The Boys, but brought down to a college level, I think it's going to present some unique situations and some interesting, I don't know, interactions. And I'm just really excited to see what other powers we get. I'm wondering how much of the Boys world they're going to put into this one. Because I mean, they are kind of part of the same franchise, but I get a sense that they're not going to really want to tie them together. But I don't know. We might have a crossover for all I know. But either way, I'm excited. I'm excited as well because I recognize some of the people in the cast. I did watch Sabrina, Netflix's Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, and we see there's two characters from there, two really cool people that I loved from that show who are also in this one. So I'm glad to see that we're going to get to see more from them. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to this overall journey. I don't want to talk too much about this because there's not much to say. If you haven't watched The Boys, then yeah, this show is going to be a bit of a trip for you guys. But if you have, then I'm sure you're just as excited as I am to get into it. So let's do that. But before I do that, just a quick little note. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I do reactions here to shows like these as well as a lot of other things. So if you're interested in watching me go through this journey or watch my other videos as well, please go ahead, hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you really like this video, I'd appreciate it so much if you gave some love to that like button and leave comments below, please. It helps the girl out a lot and I love interacting with you guys. All right, that out of the way, guys, let's get into episode 1 of Gen V, which is called, does it have a name? Yes, God You. Let's do this.
Which of course makes the speedster the first African American on the world's
Okay, so we're going back in time a bit.
To welcome A-Train to the set.
My God, it's been a minute.
Which proves
hey, Maddie.
We live in a post-racism world.
Oh my God.
Already starting with the triggering speech.
He goes clubbing with Jake Paul and Scott Disick.
I will take whatever I can get.
Right.
What's the matter? I'll be right back.
Marie.
Mama's intuition said it's more than that. Yeah, pretty much what I thought. How old is she? She seems like this shouldn't be her first, but...
I'm fine.
Mama knows. Just slip a tampon under the... Oh! Well, she's coming in now. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God! Help her! Help her! Help her! Can you not reverse? Oh no, you're learning.
What happened? Marie, what the hell happened?
Oh, honey, there's not enough therapy in the world for that one. Sis, please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Oh, wow, honey. Wow, you're carrying that around? Yeah, good music choice. Okay, we practicing. That's probably a good thing with that power. Y'all, I'm still reeling over the fact that she basically murked somebody with period blood. Like, wow. Just gives a whole new, meaning to that time of the month, huh? Oh, okay, so you need a wound. Can't just force a nosebleed? The power is cool, but it's disgusting. Let's be real. And also, if you're using your own, wouldn't she at some point get a little woozy? Yeah. Maybe we need to find another blood type. Does it have to be blood? Could it just be liquids? An iron-based concoction? Wow, tasering a child, huh? Adult rehabilitation.
Move her.
Wow. Just, okay. Yeah. The chair, too.
Sorry.
Wouldn't be surprised if you ended up protecting a city one day.
I think you meant to say first black woman in the 7.
Well, I stand corrected.
I mean, have you seen A-Train? Okay, you haven't been paying attention.
They don't get adopted, so they get sent to the Bot Adult Facility in Elmira.
Yeah. I know.
I don't think you do.
Mm-hmm.
That place, it's not like here. You would be locked up.
Oh, God.
I'm super focused.
I hate college ads so bad. They're so cheesy.
Who will accept you as the unique, culturally rich change agent that you are.
Culturally rich change agent. Woo! Who wrote this copy? This needs to be in all the magazines.
Alumni include stars from such shows as Riverdale, Pretty Little Liars, and So You Think You've Got Super Talent.
Not them name dropping real world shows.
Maybe you'll make the top 10 too.
Not the creepy picture of Homelander on the ceiling. The soundtrack already slaps. Oh, she thinks she can finally use her powers uninhibited, huh? Not them passing the bong. I feel like the only thing worse than superpowers is someone who... Oh, no. Not as disturbing as the guy with the Long Johnson, but it's up there. Yeah, the only thing that's scarier is like kids, teenagers who are full of hormones on drugs with superpowers. That's pretty much my worst nightmare.
And it's about to go down. Welcome to Fight Night. You're a fun-sized little cricket.
I mean, that's kind of the best roommate ever, actually, if she stays that size. That's gotta be a hard picture. Where's her sister, though? It looks like her sister survived.
I have been dying to meet you.
Wow, we're huggers. Okay.
Well, I'm kind of like PewDiePie without the Nazi stuff.
Wow. Wow. That was shots fired.
I mean, my brother, Chris. My parents had to wear hazmat suits just to go in his room. Well, it can't be worse than my brother.
I get it, though. It's not exactly the kind of thing you want to open up with. It's like, well, you know, kind of accidentally murked my family. As far as I know, none of them had powers but me. No, seriously, the soundtrack is banging already.
Dude, his workouts are practically at the social event of the season.
Whose workouts now?
Is?
What's up, golden boy?
He looks like a douchebag. Respectively.
Andy's uncut.
What? Whoa! Whoa. Ma'am, we've been roommates for 5 minutes.
Did you get any sleep last night?
Of course, that's his girlfriend. Of course. Hello. Okay, ma'am. Jeez. His girlfriend's right there. So he's at this school and they haven't figured out some flame retardant clothes for him? Does this guy have a power or is he just there to get beat up?
I mean, it's like a big, fiery sea cucumber.
That's what you're focusing on in this fight? And now I'm looking for it. Damn it!
Number 1 in the top 10.
Jesus Christ. Who wants that kind of pressure?
I do.
Why? Was it necessary to remove his arms? Oh, okay.
Can I borrow your phone? I don't have one yet.
Some? Wait, are you Amish?
I like that conclusion. These are black Amish. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Pretty sure we're not allowed in the Amish.
I talked to Professor Brink about this.
No, I made the call. I'm his TA.
Hold on. This was your decision?
Not so awesome anymore now, is she?
What the fuck?
God damn it.
I've read all of your books.
I've already handled this, sir.
Sir, they.
Good answer.
It's about the drive, right? And that's me.
Okay.
I could go all the way. I just need the chance.
Good pitch. Like the passion.
Performing arts is a fine program.
Oh,
You'd be on Dancing with the Stars.
damn. My guy just sidelined you to the entertainment. That's slightly racist. I don't know how, but it is. Don't give up, sweetie. You got this far on sheer determination. Wait, what? Honey, don't follow. Super strength. Okay. Calm and cool.
What's going on?
He's tweaking on meth.
Is he? He looks pretty focused to me. Sis, you don't even know what's happening.
I'm not going back to the fucking woods!
Okay, telekinesis. Oh, honey. Whatever you got away from is probably gonna be a lot worse for you now, boo.
Don't leave me in here. Please, please, please!
Okay, what in the psycho twisted... Not mind control.
I've seen you in something.
I did do a small reoccurring in Chicago Fire.
Burn victim.
Oh my god, you are so funny.
Holy shit.
Doesn't look like it's the kind of recognition she was looking for.
And where have I seen you?
Nowhere.
Right here. Now.
Isn't it sad that we're in a world now that if you're like under the age of 20 and don't have some form of social media, you're considered a weirdo? Like, it's so healthy to not have those things, and yet...
I had to sit on a folding chair in your folks' living room because you kept burning holes in the furniture. Shy little nothing, could barely make eye contact.
You know, I wouldn't have him sitting on my expensive leather couch after hearing that. I'd be like, just stand.
Hafnium carbide alloy.
Finally!
No matter how hot you burn. No more showing your balls to America.
Right? Thank you. A little dignity. I mean, clearly it's not that bad if, you know, he's got fans, but come on.
Would you rather take Maeve's old apartment or Starlight's?
That's really not the team you want to go to, bruv. But I don't know. Maybe he'd be a disciple of Homelanders.
But you, my boy, are going to the 7. No draft, no nothing.
Did he ask? Does he want that?
We did it. Huh?
If he's smart, he doesn't want to.
You okay?
Did he just hear a voice?
Yeah. I'm great.
Because if he's crazy and he sets himself on fire, that's a problem.
There's some sweet moves last night. I was coming up with your superhero name. You want to hear it?
Nope.
Bloody Marie.
Nope.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it is. Hello.
But he's laughing at it. Stop.
Okay, Coagula.
Even worse.
Better. It's actually better.
We'd be breaking curfew.
If we get caught, we're not gonna get caught.
You've been on campus a minute, sis.
Firefighting building at 10, if you change your mind.
She's so going, but she shouldn't.
Right now. You have a chance to go party with Golden Boy and you aren't sure? Are you insane? I think
She just doesn't want to get kicked off her scholarship or hauled off by some weirdos in a steel-padded truck.
My dad is really strict. The point is...
Why is she lying about her family? I shouldn't say that. I know why. That's just not something you can easily get into. But I would just say I don't want to get kicked off my scholarship.
Your legs with lube to get into these. I'll help you get out of that tonight.
How am I supposed to pee? Oh, you don't. Like, literally never.
Yeah, if you can control, like, liquids, you're just going to have to move the pee elsewhere.
That's Jordan.
Yeah, we've met.
Are you gonna reject me from this outing, too?
I'd love to.
No, play nice, or I will not share my drugs with you.
Jordan's ability is very interesting. It reminds me of that guy from the season of The Boys that was pretending to be Madeline for Homelander. Remember him? Also a shapeshifter. Things did not end well for him. Yeah, this scares me. People with power should not do drugs. Yeah, stay high on life, sis.
You want some?
Okay, alcohol's safer.
My parents gave me V as a baby, but it didn't hit till puberty.
Oh, they must have been excited.
They might have been had they lived.
I think my dad talks about, brags about it to all the guys at his pickup games.
I almost feel like she's creating this world because that's what she wanted to have happened.
I'm lying. My parents died. I don't know why I do that.
Look at that. This man have truth serum in his aura.
Being a hero is, it's not what you think.
What is your definition?
No, if you're gonna do this, make sure you do it for you.
That is very true.
I don't want you to think I'm weird.
It's gonna be weird. Say no, especially because he's a Fan.
You, sexy and sweet, hanging off my cock. You're so fucking hot.
The fetishization. That's kind of the problem.
I'll just be a minute.
I'm sorry, honey. This is why you don't get with fans. You're not really gonna do it, are you? Please tell me you're not really gonna do it. Oh, is this gonna be... I'm scared. It's the boys. I'm scared. There's no limits to what they'll show. Ah! I knew it! 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 I don't want to see it. Oh my god, is it over? So that's really the only way you can shrink? Yeah, no, worst power ever, would never be using it. They would never know. They would never know.
We don't have one. But you don't give a fuck, right?
I do.
Mind control. That's terrifying. Is she actually, okay, Golden Boy, do you actually like her, or is she just... I have questions.
Is that cocaine?
We finished all the coke. It's Molly.
Jesus.
So, what do you say, freshman?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Now let's dance. Come on.
Like, you don't even know what her powers are or how they work, and you're just gonna give her drugs?
That's so great. Squeeze a little harder.
What am I watching?
Is this the biggest dick you've ever seen?
I mean, yeah, relatively.
Can this scene end? Oh my god! Okay.
Because I crush hard on A-Train. Is Speedster in bed?
I'm making a mental note right now to never invite you.
And I'm proud of you. I love you, man.
Okay, no more drugs for you. When the ILUs start to come out.
Oh shit, someone's rolling.
I think. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, we're fine as long as no one starts bleeding, right? We're fine as no one starts bleeding. No one has a period, right? That's dangerous. Can you imagine that actually being like a life or death situation for you with this woman around? Oh. Oh, you were there. You were in the woods, and the woods never leaves you. This isn't good. Shh, how much time did he just lose?
If I can get this little birdie into his cup, will you agree to, at best, go home with me? And at worst, we hit the dance floor and have a good time.
The man's got game, I gotta say. No one's noticing this metal. Oh! Oh! Oh no! Oh no! No, this is about to become a fuster clock.
Some fuck bumped into me. I think she's gonna die, man. She's bleeding out.
We need to call 911. They will get here in time.
Honey, this is your moment.
We need to get the fuck out of here now.
Come on.
You can put it back in, right? Put it back in. Put it back in like you would have if you knew what you were doing all those years ago. Come on, sweetie. But this is gonna get you attention you probably don't need. Wait, the blood's gonna be dirty though. Maybe don't take the stuff off the ground.
She's alive.
The trauma. And you're alone. They ditched you. Let's go. Oh no, I guess she wants the, I get that. I get that. Adoration instead of looks of horror.
Okay, sure, you're the hero, but I'm the one who made you go, so in a very real way, I'm the hero.
Facts. Your night was much worse. Let's not even talk or even remember that night in any way, shape, or form.
Marie, right? Professor Brink's office called. He wants to see you.
Oh, now I can get into the class, huh? Now? Please.
I don't know. Also, I'm not your assistant. Get a fucking phone.
Facts. But with what money? You gonna pay for it? I would make him beg for it. Talking about I would nothing but an actress. You better beg for me.
See, his old dog Arnold jumped into the ocean. He started to go under. So Fred, he hopped into the drink and he managed to save his old mutt, but he drowned in the process. But being a hero, a real
You gotta be willing to sacrifice yourself.
It's about sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell you how sorry I am to tell you this, but you're being expelled.
Oh, shit.
See, Golden Boy, Andre, Jordan, they're going all the way. They could save thousands of people. But not if TMZ finds out that they almost let a woman bleed to death because they were high.
Damn.
Somebody's got to take that hit.
You can't kick me out.
Oh,
They can.
They're gonna send me to this adult facility that...
Oh, you're a resourceful girl. You'll figure something out.
Yeah, he doesn't care, honey. Just take his blood, honey.
Look, honey, you get to save your friends. Just like that guy in the UK.
That is not where I expected that analogy to take us.
You're an orphan who murdered her parents, kiddo.
Yep, he looked into it.
I'm afraid you don't got much choice.
I'm sorry, honey. Life sucks. Especially because you did the right thing.
Why did you make me go out? Leave me alone.
I mean, her intentions were sweet. And if it's any consolation, her night was horrible. Horrible! Traumatizing for the both of us. So this is Marie's villain origin story, huh? Damn, he can never escape this place. I don't think he should be a superhero, guys.
Luke, it's not a trick. Luke, please help me.
Calm down, sir. Please don't burn the whole place down. I know, honey. Holding on to that for so long is something to make you feel better about everything, and then it all comes crashing down because you did the right thing.
You killed them.
Mm.
No, stay away from me. You're a monster.
How are your palms, ma'am? Like, how many incisions have we made? We've got to find a better way to access your power.
You're not a monster.
You're not. You're only a monster if you choose to use your powers in a monstrous way.
Hey.
Does this look like any of those kids are open to... Oh, wait. Is she going to find behind this door? He didn't look like he was even awake. That little boy made him do that.
Marie, I had to. He fell asleep with a candle lit in his mouth and he burned himself.
She's like, just don't set me on fire, okay? Whatever you say, crazy white man.
Why did you have to come, Marie?
Okay, why me? Why? Okay, I guess she had the look in her eye of like, crazy white boy.
What's going on? Maybe put your dick away?
Move.
Not until you chill out.
You're in on it too.
Oh God, he snapped. Oh, fire resistant? That is cool. Okay, she's got force field. That makes sense.
Luke!
Okay, so I think the force field that can only be used when it's a girl. The strength with the boy. That's what it looks like. Please take a nap, Luke. Actually, I don't even know. Like, I'm happy Luke killed the old jerk, but at the same time, he's trying to kill my girl, so I don't know. Run faster!
Hey, stop! What?
That. I'm gonna keep running.
Take it easy. Hey.
Yeah, everyone's seeing you. About to do some crazy stuff.
You know I love you.
You're gonna have to implode or something, bro. Oh. Okay. Big old naked hug, huh?
I love you.
He's gonna burn you.
I love you too.
I don't trust it.
I'm so sorry.
Yep. I'm scared. Is he about to implode? That's a look of resignation, not the good kind. He's just gonna let go. Okay, he can implode. Explode, actually. Wow, and then you end with garbage? Oh my, oh wait, there's more.
Good evening, students and patriots. Let me personally assure you that the terrible news coming out, Golden Boy's death,
was an isolated incident involving a chronic drug user suffering a full psychotic.
Wow, he walked into that one.
Here's a look at what students can expect from this esteemed institution in this.
Wow, we're just gonna sweep that under the rug and go straight into an ad, huh? Okay. All right. Well, this is preview into the rest of the season, so I'm just going to stop it there. But wow, okay. Okay, that's The Boys. I should have expected this. That is The Boys. Always. Oh my goodness. I need a minute to collect. Okay, guys. Well, let me just hold on. Let me just make sure that it is just a preview for the rest of the season. Yes. Okay. So that was the first episode of season 1 of Gen V, and solid episode. We have a really good idea of who our players are in this show. We have Marie, who we started the episode off with, and yeah, this poor girl discovered her powers in the most traumatizing way ever. Like, I don't think I've ever heard a story yet of someone discovering their powers and it going so incredibly wrong as it did for this poor girl. Yeah, we discover that Marie, at the tender age of 12, got her very first... I'm sorry, my brain is still processing it. She gets a pretty huge life event for a woman when, you know, you get your first period. It's a very confusing, crazy time as it is. It's very emotional. I'm sure she understood what was happening, but at the same time, like, it really is a life-shifting moment for a girl. And she's dealing with that, and at the exact same time, she finds out she has powers. And here's the thing, I think she probably had the powers before, but maybe she never had blood or was never around blood in a way to use it. But anyways, maybe it was a puberty thing, but digressing. She finds out she has powers. She's trying to deal with the fact that that's happening along with this life change. So, her head was not in any way clear. You know what I'm saying? And then her poor mother, because she, of course, falls over and freaks out, her mom does what any mom would do. She breaks in the bathroom trying to make sure she's okay. And this poor girl has a knee-jerk reaction that ends up being a fatal one. And then her dad comes in when he hears the commotion, and like, just within a matter of 5 minutes, the most horrific things that could possibly happen to a person happen. And then her sister comes and there's just no time, because what do you even say? How do you even begin to explain what happened? And she did it, but she didn't do it on purpose. And her sister, who I'm assuming looked to be like a few years younger, like, how do you even process that at that age? It's going to just seem like your sister took your parents away from you. And we don't know what happened to the sister. I have no doubt that we're definitely going to see her again at some point, whether or not it's this season, I'm not sure. But I'm hoping her sister, who should be now, if she's 18, her sister's probably about 15, 16. Hopefully her sister is at an age now where she's starting to understand that these powers don't just, they don't come in softly for some people, right? That it wasn't something that her sister tried to do on purpose. But anyway, just a horrible start for Marie, but we see that she was put into foster care situation, and it looks like it was a foster care situation for Soups. And we did see, if you watch The Boys, we did see facilities like that there, where kids who got dumped off by parents who didn't want V kids or something else happened, they would be in these places. And she's been holding on to this hope of becoming a hero, because I can see it. Like, she, unfortunately, the worst thing happened with her powers. Like, the worst thing ever happened when she discovered her powers which in this world deem you as special and someone that you should be somewhat look up to for the most part. But right off the bat, the first incident with her powers is the worst thing that's ever happened to her. And on top of that, the one remaining family member she has thinks she's a monster. And so I can understand why she would hold on to this hope, like seeing the Seven, seeing the way her dad used to kind of revere the whole superhero situation, seeing, people look up to these people with powers and actually have respect for them and see them as heroes and not monsters. Like, it's so clear and understandable why she was like, I need to become this. I need to join the Seven so that people look at me like that. People look at me like Homelander and Starlight and all these other people, so that I can offset this horrible, horrible, horrible nightmare that I went through. And let's face it, she probably has an inner narrative that's constantly telling her that you were a monster for what happened. So really great foundation, starting us off with understanding where Marie's coming from, where a lot of, I think, her decisions and motivations will come from. And again, just her determination when she got, to get into Godolkin. She got a free ride because she has no money. And And when she gets there, the focus, right? We see her, she gets in there. She wants to get into the classes that she thinks are going to get her straight through to the 7. She doesn't want to mess around with any of the other fake stuff. She doesn't care about social media, any of that. She really just wants to create this new narrative for herself. And, you know, she's realizes when she meets her roommate who, oh gosh, the roommate's, she is something else. Oh my gosh, I forgot her name already. But we see that the roommate is kind of showing her that, you know, you can't just live to work, so to speak. Like you're in college. We're all here. You should be enjoying the experience to some degree. And this friend is who actually helps her see the hierarchy of the school. You know, the golden boy is at the top, and obviously the new kids are nowhere, but they want to aspire to get to this place because these top kids are the ones that end up getting contracted by cities, or of course, if you're elite enough, you end up in the 7, right? So it's this kind of interaction, which is good for Marie in a way, because I don't think Marie is used to she's never really relied on anyone, I think, since she got into the system, which is very, very common with kids who end up in foster care, unfortunately. They often grow up with a lot of trust issues because they have to become quite self-reliant because of the system and the way it's often operated. And so anyway, you see her start to open up a little bit to this girl, and you see she's lying, right? She doesn't want to tell anybody about her past. Understandable. Although this is probably the first group of people who would understand her more than not, but even so, she just kind of feels some type of way about it. She doesn't want to be judged. She's scared. She's scared that they might look at her the way her sister did, right? That could be a very intrinsic fear for her and a very real one. But anyway, she's, you know, developing this friendship, and her friend encourages her to go out and, like, you know, live her college life. Like, she can't just stay focused on school and school alone. And in the middle of all this, she meets one of the top tier students, and his name slipped out of my head. I just remember him from Sabrina. Hold on, let me just get the cast up here because I don't want to be out here just, you know, not knowing names here. So yeah, she ends up meeting Andre. And Andre is one hanging out with this, you know, the cool group. He's hanging out with number 1, who is, you know, Mr. Luke / Golden Boy. And they invite her out. So she does. She gets into this class, which, by the way, she was rejected from because basically the professor of that class believed that she was not going to be useful. Her powers weren't going to be useful enough for what he was building, which is basically a pipeline to Vought Central. But anyway, she goes out, and we see that things go badly, right? Everything starts out okay, but then these kids, like I said at the very beginning of the episode, soups on drugs is not a good idea. It's not a good idea. We saw from The Boys, if you watch The Boys, what happens when soups mix drugs. It's usually not a good thing for everyone. So we see they go out, things seem like they're going well, but then poor Andre, while trying to impress a girl, loses control of his powers. Not his fault, really, but still, I think if he'd been sober, he would have known that it was not a good idea for him to do what he was doing in a place like a club where there's people everywhere. But anyway, he ends up accidentally slitting the jugular of one of the girls at this club, and he doesn't know what to do because he's like, she's bleeding too fast. Like, if she dies, what's going to happen? So of course you see other kids are like, damage control, we gotta go, we can't be associated with this, we gotta leave. You know, it is what it is, the college will cover it up. But Marie, who's high as a kite, but you know, she also is intrinsically a good person from what we've seen, she has the ability, because of her blood bending is the best way to call it, little Avatar reference for y'all. She's able to stop the bleeding and put the blood back where it's, well, not put it back, but she basically stops this girl from bleeding anymore, and that saves her life. But unfortunately, because everyone's recording rather than, you know, I don't know, applying pressure to the wound or calling 911, it makes a big public scene of what went down, and we find out that unfortunately it results in them needing to cover it up, and they need a fall guy. They need somebody to take the rap for this near-death incident with kids who were high, soups that were high, because again, it looks like the general public is on my side about let's not have soups high. But anyway, we see this results in her getting expelled. This professor decides that she should be the fall guy because she's new. She's the only one in the group that isn't high ranked and doesn't have a reputation. So she's an easy scapegoat. And it's unfair, right? She should not be paying the price like this for doing the right thing, for not letting a girl lose her life over what was an accident. But this is what happens, right? She's starting to learn about the politics of Vought and how it's all about the money and the reputation and the veneer. And it just, for her, I mean, of course, I'm sure she didn't think about it that deep, but it's the first lesson of how this thing really works. And so she ends up, oh my God, I just realized that was Patrick Schwarzenegger. Okay, sorry. So she leaves and she's thinking, okay, you know what? Maybe I should take this L, but we see that she remembers everything, her reasons for why she's even at the university in the first place, flashes back to that horrible moment she got her powers, her sister's horrified look, her sister's hurtful words, and she knows now why she did this, why she came in the first place, and why she can't just walk away. And that triggers a crazy, crazy event. She goes in, she sees that Golden Boy is actually in the middle of flame roasting this professor. And we see that throughout the episode, Golden Boy keeps hearing voices. He keeps hearing someone say, calling his name, telling him to come find him. We saw several kids being hauled off in this episode in these padded trucks to this adult facility, is all they call it, an adult facility for soups. And we have the reference of the word of the woods. Everyone keeps bringing up the woods. The one who was captured, who was tweaking out on meth, he said, I'm not going back to the woods. You see, he was taken back to that facility, thrown into a room, and the first thing he sees is like a film, it looked like, of woods. But obviously, I know there's more to it. There's probably some sort of mind psychedelic something going on there. And then we saw that throughout the episode, Golden Boy, whenever he would hear that voice, he would then see the woods, the exact same imagery we saw from that room. So clearly, Golden Boy was in that facility or has been exposed to something in the facility at some point. And my guess is, like I said, probably some kind of deep set mind control or hypnosis. Right after that, like we see he has that, it comes up from his dream, or comes out, from his hangover, hears the voice, sees the woods, and then immediately goes and takes out a professor. So clearly, I don't think he was in his right mind, but it just sets off a trigger for him because, of course, as he's finishing that, poor Marie comes back because she's ready to tell his professor she's not ready to give up on her dream, and instead she witnesses a homicide. And she's trying to okay, whatever. She's like, I didn't see nothing. Like, she knows the hood rules, right? She's like, nope, didn't see nothing, didn't hear nothing. I walked in, he fell on his own, so he fell in fire. There's a fireplace that's not even here, but he somehow found it and he fell into it. Yeah, you're right. Whatever story you've got, we'll go with that. But of course, Golden Boy sees very quickly that, she's definitely not going to keep her mouth shut if push comes down to shove. She had the whatever you say, crazy white boy look on her face. So he decides he needs to take her out because she's the only witness to what he did. And it just escalates from there, as we see he ends up just losing it and having to just trying to fight his way to her. But then by the time he gets to where she is, there's people, there's cameras, there's people from off campus who are there. It's just too big now. And we see that he's at a loss. He literally see the look in his eyes when he gives up, and he looks at his friend, at Andre, because Andre's like, what's going on? Gives him a hug and tells him, I'm sorry. He whispered something to Andre, which we didn't get to hear, but I'm sure will come up later. And then he decides to use his powers against him, which did not know. I mean, I didn't know a lot of soups could do that, but I guess there's probably a few that know that there's certain limits to their powers or things that could go sideways with their powers. But he decides to do that. And it's sad. It's crazy. But he takes himself out in front of everybody. So that's kind of where we ended with him, very confused as to why he would do this when it seemed like his life was set out for him. And we saw throughout the episode as well that he was not happy about finding out he was going to the 7. Seemed to have some really sound advice from Marie as well about how being a hero is not, at least a hero that Vought presents, is not exactly what she thinks, and that it really has to be whatever she's doing has to be because she wants to do it, not because of what she believes that Vought's going to give her or what she thinks she's going to get out of it. And so, we've got our first real mystery kicked off here. Why did that happen? How is he getting triggered? Why did he think that was the only answer? And I'm very interested to find out more about the woods. What's going on at this facility? Why did they trigger him? How are they triggering him? Is that a real voice? Who's triggering that voice? Who is that little boy? So many questions, but a really solid start though. We got a good idea of kind of where things are going to be for this world that we're building within the university. I think it's safe to say that our girl Marie's not going to be expelled, since the person who expelled her is now, no longer there. So we'll see what happens now, but we know who our main players are. I'm interested to see more about Emma. We didn't really see a lot of her this episode outside of that horrific date. Really, really good, very good lesson about parasocial relationships in this episode. Don't get with the fans. Don't get with anybody who says I want to get with you because I'm your biggest fan, folks. It's just a weird dynamic and it doesn't go well. It does not go well. That was horrific. I don't want to talk much more about it because it makes me think of it again, and I don't want to think of it again. But my girl Emma is clearly struggling with her trying to feel, I guess, to fit in. I say she's struggling to fit in because her power is not one that's necessarily considered to be cool compared to the other kids, but she's also clearly got some esteem issues. She's trying to find that through her social media, and it's not going well. It's leading her to do these terrible things with guys that she doesn't even like that much, and worse, like triggering her power, which is awful. There's gotta be another trigger. There's gotta be. They need to find one, because I do not want to watch a whole season of this girl sticking her fingers down her throat. So yeah, great start to the season, guys. I really like it so far. I see that they released 3 episodes because they want to kill me. So I'm very excited to jump into those. But what I hate is that they're going to do this and then we're going to have to wait week to week, torturing ourselves, but it's okay. I'm very, very excited to get into episode 2, which I'll be doing very soon. So please stay tuned for that. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and please go ahead and leave those comments below and let me know what you're thinking about this season so far. If there's any theories you've got buzzing around your head already without the spoilers for the rest of the episodes yet, please go ahead and leave those below, and I will see you in the next video.